Niggas testing my caliber. Run up, I hit you, it's caliber. Testing my gangster, I challenge ya. I knock you out of your challenger. He running, you wasting your stamina. You capping, I really damage ya. I'm hitting the driver, the passenger. You follow the drip, it's a massacre.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Masa here, back again, locked up in Austin. About to drop another episode for y'all. From the last episode, right off the muscle. Sorry about the noise for the way, but anyhow, when I had last left off or whatever like that, I had to rewatch the video because I realized I had left out a couple of things. One of the biggest things was whenever I was in F-Pod, that's when I was in Max Lockup or whatever. There was a dude on the bottom tier. His name was Tank. It was this tatted up essay or whatever like that. And when I had first came in the pod or whatever like that, they do the normal shit, you know, check your paperwork and everything like that. The only thing that played in my favor was my shit was on the news. So it's like when I came into a pod, 99% of the time they already knew who I was. You know, don't watch me, watch TV. You feel what I'm saying though? So I had came back from working out one day. I come back into the day room and he's like, hey, go check out your bunk, you know what I'm saying? He's like, check out your cell. And like off the muscle, you know, when somebody says, hey, check this out, check that out or whatever like that, 9 times out of 10, it's something negative or something bad. So I'm sitting up there thinking that like somebody had like went through my stuff, stole something, flipped my bunk, whatever like that. So I go back up to my cell or whatever, boom, 2 bags of coffee, t-shirts, socks, underwear. He had gave me a cup, some bowls, all that shit, right? Off the muscle, I don't touch none of that shit. Cause it's jail, you feel me? And 9 times out of 10, when somebody do something like that, they want like a 2 for 1 or a 3 for 1. So what that means is it's like, you know, they give you 1, they gonna want 2 or 3 back. So those 2 bags of coffee, that's 6. That 1 t-shirt, that's 3. So it's just like, you gotta be careful. So I go back downstairs and I'm like, hey bro, like, you know, is this from the kindness of your heart or what? You know, do I gotta hit you back on store day? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? 'Cause I wasn't making store like that. Yeah, I had Cash App and I had Bev, but it was just like, I'm not trying to owe nobody if I don't need to. I would have just rocked with what I got because I was in there hustling 10 toes, you feel me? So he was like, nah, man. He's like, you good, bro. Da-da-da-da, woo. Hey, that's what's up. You know what I'm saying? Real recognize real. So I thought that was dope that he did do that. And then I had spoke on how the officers had took me out into... it was like this little interrogation cell outside or whatever like that, and they fingerprinted me, they swabbed the inside of my mouth or whatever to get my DNA or whatever like that, and come to find out the dude that had robbed me with a machete whatever like that, you know what I'm saying, even though he attacked me and everything, this whole ass nigga, he filed for a restraining order, so I gotta stay 2 football fields away from him, this, that, and the third. So I just thought that shit was hilarious, bro, because, you know what I'm saying, he's supposed to be street niggas, he's supposed to be tough niggas, and it's just like, you know, you attack me, I ain't had no weapon, and then here you are catching a case of that pussy, you feel me? So that shit was dope. Boom. Fast forward back to where I was, I was at B3, so it's me, Bubba, Mo, and Cecil the Weasel. So we out there on the rec yard, we gambling, right? We was gambling on wall ball, whatever like that. It's this dread nigga named Drip or whatever like that. He was rocking with my boy Bubba, and there was this older cat in there. He had some Gucci, some Versace's on or whatever like that. He had just came from a Mexican prison, and he was about to go do time here in America. He was gonna go to prison here. He was just waiting at the county for them to come pick him up. I'm gonna call him Crunchy Black. But boom, me and Crunchy, we watching the money, you know what I'm saying? And Drip, he was out there fucking up. You know what I'm saying? He was letting homie get points and this and that. We was doing $5 a game, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, when you do shit like that, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, niggas is getting mad and shit like that. I wasn't tripped out. I threw mine in off the muscle because it's just like, you know what I'm saying? You know, to make things interesting or whatever like that. So I wouldn't have put it up if I needed it or I'd have been tripping. But some of these niggas, they want to make a store like that. So off the muscle, it was just like, you know, they was getting hot. They was about to fight over this shit, right? So it's like 2 people that I'm talking to. Now they about to squabble or whatever like that. I ended up breaking it up in between them. And the COs, they come rushing in there. They was threatening to put us on lockdown and all this other shit. And I'm just like, you know, I'm telling this nigga like, hey, bro, like if y'all niggas ain't finna fight, then y'all got to move around, you feel me? Because, I mean, once they put you on lockdown, people, they got a lot of stuff going on, you know what I'm saying? People was in there making hoops, cigarettes, flipping pills, doing whatever they was doing. So it's like, once they start going through sales and shit like that, you about to mess up the church's money, you know what I'm saying? I'm telling these youngsters, I'm like, bro, it's bigger than you right now, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, we in a minimum medium pod, but you need to treat this shit like we still in jail, bro. And once you crash the car crashed, you feel me? So it would just be a worse off situation because now you have that target on you that, you know what I'm saying, that you fucking shit off. So I just told him, hey, if y'all really serious about it, just catch a sale, because you can. You give somebody a couple soups or something like that, and you go fight in they cell. And I say that because it's like, you know, if you get into a fight in your own cell or whatever like that, then you could say like, oh, it was self-defense, he came in there, woo, woo, woo. So whoever you was fighting, they gonna get an out of place case. You feel what I'm saying? But it's like, nah, fuck all that. If you gonna squabble, y'all go fight in somewhere else's cell, because y'all are both somewhere that y'all are not supposed to be. That way shit goes south, both y'all get moved, and ain't no whole nigga shit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you was already ready to squabble, you might as well go all the way with it, crash the car, you know what I'm saying? But that way it's just y'all two leaving, and you know, because if you fight in your cell, then they gonna go through your cell, you know what I'm saying? Your cellies might have some shit going on, so you make sure you go to, like, you know, a safe spot, so to speak. You feel me? Because by the showers and shit and by the bathrooms, niggas do that shit all the time, all day. So for that, you know what I'm saying, that's what I was trying to tell them. They eventually calmed down and they just stopped, you know, fucking with each other for the most part or whatever like that. And it was just like, it was sad to see that shit, but I'm not gonna get in between it, because to me it was always something. And that's why I try to stay away from the gambling and shit like that. I mean, unless it was a fight, because a fight, it has a definite outcome. There's a winner, there is a loser. Cards, dice, there's always one more hand, there's always one more roll. Oh, let me get my action back, because I had seen it go south on this Crip Cat when I was up in there. So long story short, they had made dice out of some soap, boom. So they playing dice and everything like that. Homie had got him down $30, right? And he keeps saying, oh, let me get my action back, let me get my action back, da 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 da, woo woo woo. Now these niggas in the same game, right? And youngster, just because he was smaller, he let that nigga get his action back. So it's just like he had brought it from like a $30 gap, he had brought that down to like $10, $15. So he was hot, because I mean, that was money he lost out on him. But in all actuality, he did that to himself, you feel me? Like, if you owe me $30 off the muscle, I'm not playing with you. We just gonna have to squabble. You gonna have to get a layaway, a payment plan, or something like that. But you gonna have to come up off them soups. You gonna have to come up off. I'm gonna take all your uniforms. I'm gonna go in your cell. I'm gonna take all your commissary. It's mine. Fuck you mean? So it's just like, or if I'm rocking tough, like I said, it's that Sun Moon said. If I'm rocking tough, I'll toss my boy 10 soups and we'll go in there and drill you off the muscle. It's like, you're not gonna. You have to pay your debts. Point blank. Period. Because you'll get people, they'll skip out on you on store day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, man, I hit you on Tuesday. I hit you on Thursday. Woo, 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 da, 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 da. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll go kite out and go to a whole nother block and run off with your stuff. And you ain't never going to see them again unless you get moved again. But, I mean, it comes full circle and that stuff follows them. Those dudes that was doing that, they was getting stuff on loan and then taking off. They end up getting caught somewhere, because you can talk through the vents. I can go outside in the rec room. I could go outside in the rec yard, and I can yell through the vent in the floor, and I can talk to somebody in a whole nother block. And then when you halfway close the door and you look at the window in front of you, I can see the rec yard behind me. So I can sign to the dude in a whole nother rec yard and tell them what's going on with you before you even get over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, you got to be careful, because everything you do follows you. You know what I'm saying? For y'all that might be getting locked up or facing that time, everybody that ain't been down, y'all already know what's up, you know what I'm saying? But for that, it was just like, I just stayed out of it, you know what I'm saying? Because it was already tensions raised high with, you know, me and my cellies. Mo, he was an all right dude, outside the fact that he was like trying to be holier than thou. He was always trying to debate and argue about things that don't really matter, you know what I'm saying? When I was in there, the only thing I did was work out. I was worried about my daughters, you know, like real nigga shit. You know, I'm not trying to argue about God, politics, or anything like that, because half them niggas that be arguing and fighting about politics or even bringing it up or talking about it, these niggas didn't even vote, but they got a problem with the president. So it's like, you're not even taking the basics of anything to change something if you did want to change it. And that goes in the free world and in jail. You got people that'll do the same thing. They're talking about things that they're not going to do, that they're not really concerned about, but just to have something to say. So it's like, you got to be careful about talking about things like that. You know what I'm saying? Well, that goes for anywhere. You know, religion and politics is never good. And if you banging, then you better bang tough in there, because it's like, them boys ain't playing. You feel me? You got the wrong kind of jacket on your back. You got some messed up charges. Your gang is not going to claim you. So you're going to be in there by yourself off the rip. You feel me? So, boom. Like I had told you, I had ended up going to lockdown and coming back or whatever like that after me and Cecil had got into it. So it's just like, it wasn't no tension in the cell, because I had already let it be known, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a problem, I'm going to drill you. And that's just that, you know what I'm saying? Besides him, the only other rowdy situations that were ever really caused, like I said, it was that Crip dude. He would be taking his cup and he would flip it upside down and put it on one of the phones, like he doing some state prison or some federal prison type shit, you know what I'm saying? He was basically marking his territory, marking his phone. And it took a blood coming in there and just drilling him, like, they had went, caught a cell or whatever like that, because I give homie that. He was tough. He was really about that, you feel me? Because it didn't matter if you were racked up or not. If he saw you on his phone, he was going to take you to another cell, and that's what it was. Y'all was about to be rumbling. But that blood dude, he had came in there, whooped him or whatever like that, and I just squashed all of that. That was like the last time he did that shit. But, you know, it's just like sometimes niggas ain't got nothing to do in there, and they trying to crash out, because, I mean, I was at max. So everybody I'm around, murderers, killers. They shot somebody, they stabbed somebody, they did something. But the way they was doing it in Austin, they was mixing us up. So there'd be a dude in there, you know, he stole a scooter or some shit like that. And I'm like, why is this dude in here with me? I almost killed somebody with my hands. No weapon involved. Why is he in here with me? This dude over here, he was shoplifting. Why is he in jail with me? Why are we in the same pod? He should be on the other side of the building with the weenie niggas. Like, there's nothing but sharks and tigers in here. The fuck is you talking about? And I feel that Austin was doing that so they can like incite or cause a situation that doesn't need to happen. Because when you got soft bodies around hard bodies, that's what's gonna happen. We taking their stuff off the muscle. Like if you come in there weak, that's what it is. And there was a lot of times they would bring the trays in there when it was time for chow, whatever like that. And sometimes they wouldn't hand them out. You would come and you would have to get your own tray. So if somebody took your tray, you was just gonna have to fight for it. Off the muscle. They was walking in, leaving it right there, and leaving and walking right back out. So if you didn't eat, that was on you. You either had to knuckle up or you was gonna be hungry. Point blank period. Because wasn't nobody playing that in there, you know what I'm saying? I ain't had no problems like that. They already knew me, you know what I'm saying? I squabbled. Point blank period. Didn't matter. I didn't care about lockdown or nothing like that. They had me in the red and whites. I was punching them laws down too. The fuck is you talking about? You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, thankfully they didn't press charges, but at that time I did not care. I was facing 60 years. I was like, what are you gonna do, send me to jail? All right, then I'm punching y'all bitch ass niggas down, point blank period. They had me handcuffed around my feet, my hands. I was getting walked around by like 5 or 6 officers everywhere I went. Did not matter until I got out of them red and whites. But boom, I loved it whenever they moved me to the next cell block, because my points had ended up dropping again. So now I was in C3, and it's like an open room. It's like a small little dorm, and it has a white wall. You can look over it. Now it's cool because you get more action. Top and bottom come out at the same time. You get to move around. But the downside to that is just that, you know, somebody can walk up in your cell, just walk in, because there ain't no doors. And my cellies over there. When I had got moved, my cellies were over there. It was this light-skinned cat. His name was Trey. There was this dude, Train. I remember him because he would be at Givens Park, and I'm right by Givens Park. He'd be over at Givens Park. He'd be slanging whatever like that. He was pod boss in there. Like, he's an old school black dude. He's tough. Like, it didn't matter who it was. If he got rowdy, everybody was shutting up. And it's just like, you know, regardless of how anybody felt about it, they wasn't gonna fight him. And you know what I'm saying, but he was a stiff nigga, and he looked out, you know what I'm saying. It was me, Trey, Train, and this white boy named Logan. Logan was in there for he had spit on a cop. Trey, he was in there, he had done a bunch of aggravated robberies. I was in there for what I was in there for. Y'all already know what's up. And then Train, he was in there for whooping some cat. So it's just like, you know, that's how they was doing it, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just didn't make no sense. You got 3 violent niggas with 1 weenie nigga. It's like, why is he in our cell? But I mean, he was cool. He was like 18, 19 or something like that. He was scared. You could tell, and we had to look out for him a couple times because people tried him, you know what I'm saying? And it was his own people too. The other white boys in there, the Woods, they was taking his shit. They was taking his soap. They was taking his socks and shit like that. And we just had to let it be known because we was in cell 125 on the top tier, right? So me and Train, we was just like, yo, who got it? You know what I'm saying? Like, who got his shit? You know what I'm saying? Just go ahead and throw that out there. And then if don't nobody say nothing, then guess what we finna do? We finna go cell to cell. We finna go cell to cell. And we gonna go in your house, and we gonna look for what we looking for. If we find it, it's over. You know what I'm saying? We was just like, just come up off of it and give it back to them, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta look out for your cellies. It doesn't matter what color they are. It doesn't matter if they white, black, Hispanic, from Honduras. You gotta have that, cohesion. Now, maybe in prison or the feds, that shit might be different. We was in county. And so for me, it was just like, you know, if you in my cell with me, as long as you ain't too out of line or too Rico reckless, I got you 10 toes for real, for shit show. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. So, boom. Come to find out, one of the dudes, it was this white dude. He was cleaning up at nights and in the mornings and stuff so he could get extra food. He had took his shit out the shower, but he was going off of he was using the excuse that, oh, I didn't know, I just picked it up and da 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 da, boo boo boo. All right, well, just give it back then. Bam, problem solved. You know what I'm saying? He knew what was up. He knew it was gonna be a problem, but they're gonna try you though. They're gonna try to do what they can to see if they got you. You know what I'm saying? And once they got you, then they just gonna run all over you, point blank, period. And they was trying to get him to hang out with them and stuff like that, because he was hanging out with me, Train, and Trey, and all the rest of the black people, you know what I'm saying? So the Woods, they was getting all offended or whatever like that, like, oh, well, he's white, so he should be hanging out with us. Hey, bro, we in county, we not in state jail, bro. And this is my partner right now, you know what I'm saying? These guys are older, they all tatted up and everything like that. Logan was not built like that, so it's just like, I'm gonna look out for him, you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let them run all over him or anything like that. I would expect someone to do the same for me. If I was younger coming in, you saw a lot of that, you know, it wasn't all negative. Sometimes you would have them older cats that they would come down and level and look out for those people that ain't never been in jail before, nothing like that. I ain't never been locked up like that, but it's just how I conducted myself. People assume that I did, because it's just like, I treated it like I did when I was in the Army. I gotta be around a bunch of dudes that I don't want to be around, and I'm gonna keep my head down and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't banging no gang, I wasn't claiming none of that. I was on my clique though, you feel me? So it's just like, we don't need nothing in there. I know you down, you know I'm down. So shit pop off, we all swinging. You know what I'm saying? And we did end up getting, gassed a few times when I was in there or whatever like that. So boom, first time that happened or whatever like that, they was tripping on our rec time. So the motto is, we ain't racking up, we acting up, right? So they come in there with them Ninja Turtle suits on, there's 20 laws in there, whatever like that. They got the tear gas guns, they got the shields, they got everything. But the thing is, it's the whole pod doing it. It's not just one person, and we was on the table, soda machines, everything. It's 60 on 20. It don't matter if you got tear gas or not. I'm ex-military, so they put you in gas chambers. I ate that. All you gotta do is wet you a towel. We was whooping them laws in there. And it's just like, for shit show, what they do, they came in there, they brought us some food, they let our rec time be longer, and they stopped messing around, because when you're in there, it's your house. Them laws that's in there, it's not their house. They there to watch YouTube and watch movies and count, because it's one dude versus 60, or it's one chick versus 65 people. And by the time help comes, they're done. Point blank, period. As long as y'all stick together in your pod, your cell, or whatever like that, there is nothing them laws can do to you. Point blank, period. And that's just the motto we had, and that followed me all the way through the whole time I was there. Because we started that. We ain't racking up, we acting up, for real. The only thing you gonna have to do is just get with the program, get down to lay down. That's it. It's too many of us. What you gonna do? Point blank, period. They trying to go home. They trying to see their family and their kids again. You got there's dudes in there that was never going home, so you know we didn't care. So off of the muscle, that's what it was though. But outside of that, being there, it was different. It gave me a chance to like kind of calm down, relax, chill. It wasn't so tense all the time. The racial tension, it wasn't that high in that pod. Every now and again, you would get one of them weenie dudes trying to do politics and stuff like that, and nobody was going for it because people was about to go home. Ain't nobody trying to do no racist gang stuff or anything like that. And I hate doing stuff like that in jail or in the free world, because sometimes people would just purposely segregate themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll come outside and like all the white people will be chilling and talking to each other, and all the black people would be over here. I'm the type of person, I'll just walk over there and say, what's up? What's cracking? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? Because we in America, we all mixed up. It's a bag of Skittles here, but go figure, it's the most racist place you will ever be. You go anywhere else outside the United States, it doesn't matter if it's jail or in the free world, it's not like that. Nobody cares. Only here in America do people care about stuff like that. But just make sure that if you do ever get locked up, or you do you go down or whatever like that, just to always be aware of what you're doing, how you're conducting yourself, how you're handling yourself, your cell etiquette, and sometimes, your racial etiquette, because sometimes those guys will be trying to play those politics, and if that's the politics of that pod, then you just gotta go with the show, because you're not finna run the show unless you got it like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't have it like that, but I mean, a lot of people did know me from the streets. When I was locked up in there, I ended up running into my boy Ohio, Train, a whole bunch of other people, you know what I'm saying? We used to stand tough, you feel me? Like I said, I'm right down the street from where I used to be, you know what I'm saying? I'll go to the store right now, people stopping their cars, oh, what's up, but I can't fuck with you though. You know what I'm saying? I can't talk to you or do nothing like that. I'm on this whole ass monitor. I gotta do me right now. You feel me? Sorry about that plane. But it's just like, it would be too easy to slip up and fall back into some bullshit. So it's like, for me, I just got to do what I got to do. And it's the same thing in there. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, sometimes you just got to do you. And you can't be worried about, everybody else, whatever like that. I know it's different for if you in a gang or whatever like that, because you got to ride it out regardless if you claiming it. But it's just like, that's why I never did nothing like that. But it was good being there. Only thing that I didn't like, it was female COs and stuff like that. And the female COs are the worst. You know what I'm saying? A lot of the times, they're the ones bringing stuff in and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a couple bring me some books and bring me shit or whatever like that, or bring me something I'm not supposed to have, because we weren't supposed to pass anything. It's COVID, and they're not supposed to take anything from you either. So, I mean, male guards were doing it too, but yeah, there was a whole plethora of female guards. It's easy because they want attention. That's why they have that job. They want to be around a room full of men, because in real life they don't get attention, they don't get validation. So they would rather be hot by comparison. They're like, oh well, I'm gonna be around these dudes that don't see men, so now I can finally get some attention that I'm starving for. And then they have that complex. And it's just weird, you know what I'm saying? It just pisses you off. Like, there was one, her name was Officer Burwell's, a short Hispanic chick. I used to call her Musket Mouth, because she looked like she had like these big old chipmunk cheeks, and it just looked like she was eating a sandwich and ain't chew it all the way or some shit like that. But she was always in my face, trying to talk to me, trying to pat me down. Sometimes I'd be in my cell, I got my blanket up over my head, and she like, oh, Mr. Lofton, da da da. I'm like, go on. This is not a dating site. This ain't we ain't speed date, we ain't doing none of that. I'm in jail, bro. Like, I'm not trying to talk to you like that, for real. It would just be annoying. And just like, once I told her that, then it's just like, now my tablet come up missing. Now they don't got my double rations for my tray. It was just like little petty stuff that she would be doing just because I didn't want to talk to her. And it's just like, that goes to show you the mentality of that officer. Not all the female COs were like that, but there would be a few who would just be like on some, like, you broke up with them, and then they're just like lashing out at you, and it's like, well, get a life, Musket Mouth, get a life. And I ended up going to lockdown over that, and that was the first time I had gotten to a fight with the laws there, because she had said something to me slick, and I just told her straight up, I was like, bro, like, I'm just not trying to talk to you, fam. Like, I'm in jail, I'm worried about my life and myself, whoop whoop whoop, this, that, and the third, you feel me? And she just keeps going, keep talking, and I'm like, well, I stand on everything I say, regardless. I've been doing that my whole entire life. In the streets, in jail, doesn't matter where I'm at. If I say it, I stand on it. You feel what I'm saying? So she took that as a threat. Boom, they bring the officers in there. I drug every last one of them officers. Point blank fucking period. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you got these skinny, weenie dudes that don't work out, don't do nothing, all this other stuff. It's like, they ended up tasing me and handcuffing me. The only way they could get me out of there is you got 6 to 8 people jumping on my back. It takes 6 people. I weighed like 140 pounds. It takes 6 people to hold a 140-pound dude. You need to go do some push-ups, because one-on-one, you out of there. That's the end of your life if it's one-on-one mix-up. And it's just like, that's the type of shit you got to deal with. They ended up dropping all the charges and everything like that because she instigated that. You know what I'm saying? And all that's on camera. Everything's on camera. You feel what I'm saying? I'm just glad that it didn't go any further, because I didn't need any extra charges. But it's just like, I'm just not going to take disrespect from anyone. You feel what I'm saying? It doesn't matter who you are. Like, and that's how I feel that's how everyone should live life, because I just don't live scary. It's like, if you feel that it would cause an altercation, then why are you saying it in the first place? You should stand tough on what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? For real, for shit show. But outside of that, I only ended up doing like a week in the hole or whatever like that. Because if you get charged for hitting an officer, they put you in them red and whites, and they got you there for like, I think 50 days is the max, 50 to 51 days. First time I did that, I was down for like 30 something, and then they let me out and I went back to general population. So this time, like I said, I just didn't care. So I was just ready to max them on out. It's like, if y'all want to squabble, let's squabble. For real, for shit show. But once I got out of lockdown over there, you know what I'm saying, I had ended up getting sent to, what was it? I think it was E. It was E2. It was like E2 or E3. I got sent over there, and I'm back in max lockup. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, damn, man, I just got out of this shit. Now I'm back around these crazy motherfuckers again. You know what I'm saying? So, but I ended up running into a lot of people that I had met in previous pods. But I prefer the max lockup, because you don't got them weenie niggas. You don't got dudes that's talking shit, stealing, or doing anything like that. Because in the max lockup pods, you can fight. The guards do not care. You'll hang up a sheet. I done seen dudes get slammed on a table. I done seen a dude die in there, point blank, period. It's just like, yes, county. So it's just like, ain't none of that shit going on, because now you got to be responsible and you're held accountable for what you say and what you do, because there's niggas in there that don't give a fuck. But on my next episode, I'm going to get into me being in E3 and everything like that, and what happened when I was at Max Lockup again and everything. I love y'all. I love all of y'all. I appreciate y'all to the fullest. It's that sun, moon, set. We at your neck. You feel me?